In this tutorial, we're going to have a look at how we can use event templates to simplify the process of adding events to your schedule. To get started, let's just add an event using a template that's already been set up. Let's add a NHL game to our calendar on January 12th. First thing we do is select the category, and it's going to be an NHL game. The system will respond with a list of templates for that category. And it also, which is in this drop down, we see that we have a regular season template for this event. Before we do that, notice that in the positions for this event, they're initialized to no staff at all. And to schedule this event, we'll want to define the staffing levels. But we can take the staffing levels that exist from our regular season NHL game template, and the system will go back and get those and bring them in and populate the staff positions. And here we see we have 2 lead supervisors, 16 supervisors, and 155 ushers. All we have to do, so far we've had 2 mouse clicks. We need to give it a name. I'm feeling kind of feisty, so I think I'm going to play this game myself. And I'm going to take on the Avalanche. I can't type, let's play hockey. Give it an event code. Save. So you see, with just a few mouse clicks, we've been able to create an event that has a requirement for 170 some employees. To see how we did that, we can go over to the admin menu and click on templates. And here's our regular season template. And we see that it's based upon a Wild versus Boston hockey game that occurred back in November. Looking at our calendar again, at this venue we also do concerts, and it'd be nice to have a template for concerts. And we see here there's a Brad Paisley concert. And if we look at that event, we see that it uses 100 ushers and 10 supervisors and so forth. And let's say this looks pretty typical for a full house concert, so let's create a template for full house concerts based upon the Brad Paisley event on the January 16th. To do that, go back to templates, do a new template. It's a concert. We can choose from the different categories that your administrator has set up for your department. Let's call this a full house concert. And that was on January 16th, Brad Paisley. We could add some text for a description if we want. Save it. We now have a full house concert. Back to our calendar. Let's create a concert event. And let's put it on January 20th. Select concert. And here we see our template that we just created. We could also just not use a template and fill in the event, based on the unique requirements of our particular day. But let's say that this is a full house concert based upon our template. And the system will go out and grab those numbers off of the Brad Paisley event. Okay, all we have to do is give it a name. And I'm feeling exceptionally talented today. Except for typing, of course. And save it. And there we have our concert, our full house concert on January 20th. So you can see that we used event templates for different categories. And you can create templates for, let's say we could do a half house concert if we wanted. and pick a concert of some that was half filled and pick that as our template event and do from that. We also have departments that schedule hours that are not based on events. For such a department, let's log into the box office. If we look at the box office calendar, we see that on some days, or most days actually, the box office is just open. It's not specific to an event, but it also schedules hours that are tied to an event. But for these hours that are not tied to an event, it would be nice to have a template. It's just they have TM sellers that come in and work 8.25 hours. And we see that those hours are typically pretty much every weekday and Saturdays. So we'll use this January 4th date as our template, and we'll create a template for the box office. Here again, the system administrator has set up categories for the box office. And it has defined a category called Box Office Monday to Friday. And that is a non-event type category. And in those cases, it gives us the option of checking which days of the week this template is going to apply to. And we'll just call this Box Office Open. We'll base it on the 4th. There it is. And we'll just save it. If we go back to our calendar, let's go to February. The calendar's open. Because we have some non-event categories, you will now see a link up at above the calendar that says schedule your days. And it'll say, what do we want for a template? We'll say box office is open. Need to fix a bug here for the formatting. We'll call it the box office. But then we have a little calendar, and you'll notice that every Monday through Saturday in this month, in the month of February, is checked. And so we're going to create hours on all of these days. And I don't know, President's Day is in here someplace. Let's call that a holiday. I don't know what day it is, but we'll make it the 12th. Maybe we won't. There. Oops. Sorry about that. You have to do a shift click on that. So let's start over. Click the box office open template. And call this box office open. And we are going to make President's Day a holiday just by unchecking it. I did shift click when I did that. And then if we create the schedule, this might take a minute. We have events set up for the month of February. And that's it. What could be simpler? So just remember that you can use the templates menu to create templates for any kind of event you want. Full house concert, half house concert, NHL games, whatever you do, create a template for it, base it upon an event that is already defined, and then you are ready to set up events with just 1 or 2 mouse clicks. See you at the next tutorial.